Hey everybody, Tim here for today's episode of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, Season 1, Episode 2, Children of the Comet. Right off the bat, I'll go ahead and say it, I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was really well done. Felt like an original series or even a Next Generation with just the way the humor and the way each act kind of flowed into each other. It was paced very, very well. And so I had a good time enjoying it. 2 episodes into the series, and I'm already like, this is fucking great. Like, where was this 10 plus years ago? We finally get to meet Hemmer, who we briefly saw at the end of the last episode, who is the Enar, which is kind of like related to the Andorians. The whole captain's table in general, like I said, it kind of almost reminded me of like the Next Generation, where it was just all of these people coming together, and it already had this mythology of the hazing scene of like telling Uhura she had to wear her fancy clothes. Stuff like that was great. Uhura speaking both Andorian and Vulcan and knowing 37 different languages. Now it's kind of funny because like they say like history repeats itself, right? So I remember in the original series, which at this point has been like 5 years since I did those reviews, which is crazy. Uhura was always like a linguist. She was really, really good with languages. But at this point, as much as I'm digging this Uhura, I think she's really good. I think she does bring something to Nichelle Nichols. She's not rewriting it. She's kind of making the character her own, which I'm 100% for. But her character, her Uhura, actually reminds me more of Daniel Jackson from the Stargate SG-1 TV show. They just both have this almost neurotic, paranoid, like I'm nervous energy about themselves. But at the same time, they're like, oh, you just said 3 individual words. I know your whole language. So I'm enjoying it. That might sound like a negative critique, but I am really, really enjoying it. We do get the Nausicaan story, which chronologically, this might be the first. I can't remember if we saw Nausicaans in Enterprise or not. But that's a great reference to like Picard, because Picard had issues with Nausicaans, and now we know Pike had a little bit. So the whole premise, and that's just like Act 1, the whole premise is a comet is heading towards this planet. And for me, what's selling this show is the little pieces of dialogue, the character development, which is something I felt was missing for Discovery. But like when they're talking about, oh, there's a comet coming and we're going to have to move it. And just when Pike's like, I love my job. Like those little glimmers of personality are really what's shining for me. We see Sam Kirk, which again, we saw him right at the end of the first episode. The mustache line really made me laugh. For those who didn't watch the original series, because remember, this is a prequel, and this is spoiler alert, Sam Kirk dies in the original series. We only see his body. We never actually see that character alive. And when we get to his body, they roll him over at a very similar scene later on in this one. After he gets shocked, they roll him over, and he's already dead. But his body is played by William Shatner, but with a mustache. And so the whole line of like, I like the mustache. I realize I'm like 4 years late on these videos, but if I was doing this for the first time and I wasn't already spoiled on it, it's almost like, wait, is this also the same guy that's going to play Kirk? Because in the original series, Kirk and his brother Sam were both Shatner. So it's just a cute little line. The Uhura, Spock, and Leon and Kirk away team was really fun. It was really great to kind of see the action of the show. The Shepherds, like all CGI, which we've seen before. It's getting better, but I was like, they're just so. The whole episode was almost like a commentary on dogmatic religious zealots, like they say in the show, like the crazy monks, where it's like, nope, our God wants to do this, and that's what we're gonna do. And it's like, what? But at the same time, after like Spock uses his weird little stealth shuttle, they do kind of end up creating life. So who knows? And the whole end scene of like, oh, maybe it did tell the future because of the pieces of ice. I'm enjoying it. I'm really, really liking it. I like the foreshadow. I like all of the different stories that they're trying to tell. We heard the computer's voice in this one, which I don't think we heard in episode 1. I can't remember. But now we have all 3 of Major Barrett's roles of Nurse Chapel, number 1, and the computer voice. So like it's what's the line where it's like it takes them so much to like get a fraction of our power. So I really like that. The only thing that I thought was a little bit wonky was the very end scene with it's basically like Terminator 2 where she's like fate is what you make. And I was like that just seems now like you had this great message and now you're really beating it over the head. So overall I am super excited to see where the show goes. I'm really digging the flash forwards to again things that we saw in the original series where Pike is already in the wheelchair. So I'm really interested to see how all of these future storylines connect. I'm curious what you guys think. Please let me know. Like, subscribe, give me some references on things that maybe you caught, and I will see you guys next time for Ghosts of Lyra.